Welcome you to the south side of Chicago and Wright Field. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the Chicago White Sox. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Getting the nod on the mound, Clay Holmes. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
And we're underway here in the home opener. Holmes, 32 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2011. Can't make contact with the sweeper. This one in the air, center field. Crawford moving under this one, and there's one away.
Batting second, the left fielder, Kyle Stowers.
Pitch misses inside, ball 1.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Outside.
That's a ball.
Looks like he wants the signs again. He swings and fouls one off. Two now. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
A changeup missing, and it's 3-2.
Well, this is a situation where you have to go after this hitter at the plate. You don't want to deal with the guy on deck, especially with a runner on.
That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Mookie digs in here. Foul ball there. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Man at first, one away. This one in the air right field. Snags it on the run. 2 away. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
The third baseman, number 13, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Foul ball.
Ball, that's off the plate.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And getting to start for Miami, Yuri Perez. How about a scouting report on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Justin Crawford steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Justin Crawford.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
Hey, 2.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Missed with a changeup. Now 2-2. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Up with it. Fires to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Ball.
And that one hammered. And that's a foul ball. 1-1 now. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And a 1-2. Rips that one to right. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors.
Ball in.
Two down, nobody on. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
That one in the dirt. Ball 3. Draws the walk there.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap, will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it. Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Ball, that's out.
Runner takes off. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. Here on the south side, now it's the Marlins catcher, Hunter Goodman. And it looks like he wants to go through the signs again. Popped up. And it's a foul ball. Gets him to chase after that one. And he grounds one to the right side. Aranda steps on the bag. 1 out in the second.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Alex Burleson.
And a big swing and a miss. Popped up. Witt under this one. 2 down. Now it's the right fielder, Heriberto Hernandez.
Heriberto Hernandez.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Breaks his bat and pops it up. And that is that. Back here on the south side, we head to the bottom of the second. Andy Pages steps to the plate for the White Sox. First pitch, not close. There's a strike.
Throughout history, the fastball down has been the most successful pitch. Guys can handle a little bit better these days, but they, of course, still prefer something belt high.
Line to right center field. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here's a 1-1. Liner, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. Nice job at driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Chase Mydra, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Now one miss.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one's in there. And now 3-1. Late swing, fouled off. Payoff pitch. He fouls it off. We'll do it again.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Quick toss to first. Back to first, and he's safe.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Move to second. Pajes back on a dive. And that's disengagement number 2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. Runner tags at second. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away. Next to hit, Luis Torrens.
Number 13, Luis Torrens.
This one in the air center field. Dubon settles under this one, and that will end the inning. New inning getting started, and now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Ball.
Strike 2. In the air to left center. He's got it. And there's one down.
Batting 9, the center fielder, number 14, Mauricio Dubon.
Ball 1.
Top of the third, no score.
Ball. That's inside.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
And that clips the inside corner. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
The batter, number 9.
Here's the second baseman, Xavier Edwards. Fly to center his first time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Two down, nobody on. That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 1. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Ranging back. Has room, and he makes the catch. Back at right field, set for the bottom of the third, Justin Crawford steps to the plate for the White Sox. There's a swing and a drive. That one back there. Out of here. A home run off the foul pole. He circles the bases, and the White Sox strike first. It's 1-0.
Nope, that's a ball.
So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter. With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. He reached on a walk his first time. Ground ball left side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that's a one-out single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Pitch out, but no action. The 1-1. Runner on the go. Strike in there. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Swing and he popped it up. Betts is on the move. And there are two outs. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the White Sox. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Not close with that one. And that is ball one. In the dirt. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
This is one of those situations where the pitcher may not really want to deal with the guy in the box, and you got to be aware of that. Take your walk. I couldn't do it, but I think he can.
Betts whips it to first. They limit the damage here. Here on the south side, and now for the Marlins, Kyle Stowers. There's the strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Comes up empty.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Marlins, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
That one fouled off. And now the 0-1. That's chasing that time. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Marlins,
Jazz Chisholm Jr. the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And that's in the dirt. And that's ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And another ball.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And he grounds one back up the middle, and it gets by him. And that keeps the inning alive.
All over that one right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
That's a ball.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
Ball 2.
Safe at second with a stolen base. Man on second, 2 down.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Swing and a miss. And the count's even at 2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Back here on the south side, ready to go, bottom 4. Jonathan Aranda steps to the plate for the White Sox. This one in the air, center field. Dubon should have this one. 1 down.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Out towards right center field. And there's 2 down. Johnny DeLuca digs in now. He's 0 for 1.
Number 21, Johnny DeLuca.
Dubon coming on. And that is that. Back at right field. Now here's the Marlins DH, Alec Burleson.
You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Line drive, and it stays fair. And the tying run is on base.
That was a pretty good pitch. Breaking ball down and in, but when it's breaking in towards you, you have a lot of time to see it and just try to get on plane with it. He hit that one pretty well.
Rolled over to third. Oh, and it hits the base.
Wastes no time there. Just a little roller to the pull side. Definitely out in front of the pitch away, but it wasn't one the defense could make a play on.
First and second, no outs. Griffin Kona, the next up for the Marlins. Ground ball could be 2. There's 1. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Well, almost any time you roll over and send a 2-ball to short at this level, you can pretty much count on a double play. Middle infielders are just so reliable, and they work on these plays all the time, so it almost becomes like second nature.
Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And that's the 3rd out. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Down to the White Sox catcher, Luis Torrens.
Luis Torrens.
Swings here and blasts one left field. That one carrying. And it is gone. So he goes yard to left. And they add on. It's 2-0. Andrew Nardi taking over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty. Puts a bunt down. In plenty of time to first. One pitch and one out. Here's the third baseman, Colson Montgomery.
Third baseman, Colson Montgomery.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Here's a 2-0. One out, bases empty, and a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there. But he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still
looks like they want to set up the double play. Intentional walk will make it first and second with one gone. First and second, one out. Munetaka Murakami now at the plate.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play. Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this. It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Montgomery, the lead runner at second. Witt over at first with one away. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
The left fielder, number 44, Andy Parham.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Up the middle, and that's a base hit. Montgomery on his horse around third. Here's the throw, safe at home, and the runner scores from second, and they lead by 4. So up next for Chicago, Jonathan Aranda, 1 for 2. Fouled off left side. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
He was really trying to stay back for something off speed. That's why he was so tardy on that swing.
That's out to center field. And that is that. Top of the 6th inning. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Xavier Edwards.
Nope. That's inside.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride to load, out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like...
New pitcher now, Jose A. Ferrer.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
In the air, left field. Reaching for it and brings it in.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Betts now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Late on that fastball.
That was the pitch to hit. Four-seam fastball instead of that sinker ball that makes you hit it on the ground. He missed a good one.
In the dirt, blocked. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a pop-up. And that is that. Here on the south side, bottom of the 6th, Chase Mydron steps to the plate. For the White Sox. So they turn things over to the righty, Tyler Kinley.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
On the ground to the left. And it gets by him. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Tap foul at the plate.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
Swings and misses, struck him out. 1 out, man at first. Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. He's already homered in this game. And a base hit into right center field. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. And that one pulled foul. Two on, 1 out. To the right side. And that's a fair ball. Headed for the plate. 1 run across to second, and it pulls the shortstop off the bag.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough.
Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. And now a huge at-bat coming up as Bobby Witt Jr. steps in. High fly ball, right field. Hernandez under it. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags from third.
Up next for the White Sox, the designated hitter, number 5, Munetaka.
So the Marlins go with a new arm, Jose Alvarado.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
This one in the air, center field. Dubon settles under it. And that'll do it. We go to the top of the 7th. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Hunter Goodman.
Ball 1.
That's
Nope.
off the mark,
Outside.
and that's ball 2. Ferrer, in his 3rd season, 26 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. The throw in. And the leadoff man aboard.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
Just
Ball
missed.
2.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Foul ball. Goodman aboard here at first with nobody out. Man, that got him square in the mask. And it remains 2-2.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
2-2 now. And there's a ball.
3.
Excellent location right there. Flirted with the zone, tried to get into chase.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Now it's the right fielder, Heriberto Hernandez.
Number 13, Heriberto Hernandez.
And the 0-2. Inside, just missed. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He makes the grab. Now a throw to first, and he won't get back in time. It's a double play. Back here on the south side, bottom of the 7th, Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the White Sox. Steven Cruz on a pitch out of the pen here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
The first baseman, number 8, Jonathan Aranda.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Now the 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 0-2 now.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. 2 down, base is empty. So up next for Chicago, Chase Mydroff.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Stays alive. Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one. Back at right field. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine.
Nope, that's inside.
Oh, look at the stop. To first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Marlins, the center fielder, number 14, Mauricio Dubon. Now pitching for
Tyler Gilbert will take over here.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Up the middle, Mydroff. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Back to the top of the order. And up next for Miami, Xavier Edwards. 1 for 3. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. This one popped up. Mydroff settles underneath it, and that'll do it. Here on the south side, now it's the right fielder, Johnny DeLuca.
Number 21, Johnny DeLuca.
And first offering is fouled off. Back to the mound. It hit him. No chance for a play, and let's hope the righty's not hurt on the mound.
Up next to the White Sox, the catcher, number 13, Luis Torres.
Hey. DeLuca on at first. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Hey. That's in for a strike. Throw. Save. 0-2 now. Got him swinging. That K is his third of the game.
Up next for the White Sox.
Back to the top of the order now. And now the center fielder, Justin Crawford. Intentional walk coming here, and that sets up the double play possibility with one away and runners at first and second. Fastball is outside. That one the other way. That's a base hit. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. And the lead is up to 5. In the dirt. Traffic on the bases with one already in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground to third. There's one. But no throw to first as he'll hold on to it. Now it's the DH, Munetaka Murakami.
Ball.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. In the air to left center. Stowers makes his way towards it. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Back here on the south side. And now for the Marlins, Kyle Stowers. Late swing, foul to the left. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through.
Substitution now at first base. Marlins bring on a pinch runner. David Hamilton getting some more speed on the bases. Abner Uribe into the game.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Hit in the air, left field. And there's one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Chisholm in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Breaking ball, and that got him.
That ball hit him.
First and second, 1 out. Hunter Goodman, the next up for the Marlins. Grounded to third, could be 2. Montgomery to second. That's a double play. The ball game is over. Holmes with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
5-0 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John.